Children who have parents who are incarcerated have a risk factor on the Adverse Childhood Experiences measure, which is it's a study that came out of Kaiser Permanente, and rarely do kids just have one risk factor. If a child has a parent who is incarcerated, they are also likely to have a parent who may have issues with drug addiction, with alcoholism, may live in poverty. When you think about all the associated risks of having a parent who's unable to work, unable to provide for some basic needs in the family at times, and also is potentially incarcerated for drug addiction, then we have 3 adverse childhood risk factors already. What we know is that there are up to 10 factors that were identified in the Kaiser Permanente study, and it's been replicated many times over. When children have 5 or more of those risk factors, they are likely to die early, up to 20 years early as adults. So if we say the average life expectancy right now in the United States is 85 years old, that means a death at age 65, liver disease, heart problems, mental illness, chemical dependency, on and on and on. So we really need to pay attention to those risk factors. When I think about children who have parents who are incarcerated, it's a cry actually for us to intervene and to move in, to lean in with kids. And oftentimes when kids are angry or upset that they're missing a parent at home, the tendency is going to be to engage in some behaviors that we feel as adults might be pushing us away. And that's when we need to connect. That's when we need to take the responsibility to do our JOBs, as I call it, which is we get paid to do this stuff. Kids are not around to make us feel emotionally comfortable. Come on. This is our job. This is our profession. Any of us who are in the helping field with kids, any of us who work in schools, it's our responsibility to figure it out. It requires adaptive change on our part. We can't expect the kids to change. So what we need to do is we need to have schools with social emotional learning programs, with restorative practices, with humane ways of teaching new behavior and intervening and supporting kids. And we can do that. Come on, we're the grown-ups. We can do that. So we have to figure that out. Our A Better Ways series that we're teaching in District 287 is designed to help school leaders infuse humanity into the school system. And when I think about some of the resiliency that our kids have shown, when I think about Joe, you know, Joe's the perfect example of a child who's at risk in our nation. In schools, you know, risk factors associated with an incarcerated parent, African American, male, more apt to be suspended, 6 times more apt to be suspended in a special education program. You know, it's the highest cluster, I guess, of risk possible. And when we look at the resiliency and bounce back ability that you have, it's incredible. You have grit, persistence, resilience, all that stuff. And we can help kids with that, can't we? We can help you with that. And that's what I keep thinking about, is that it's not something that magically emerges from a child. We have the responsibility to every single day, every single way, support kids so that they can pull that resiliency from themselves with our help. You need our support. So I think that's my main message today, is that we have to make our school system experience a sea change. We really do. We're gonna die if we don't, all of us, because it's an albatross of a system. It's designed on principles that maybe somebody believed, 100 years ago, but life is different. It's a Western European, white model for education. It doesn't work for our diverse student needs. So that's what I am dedicating the rest of my career to, is helping to support people who are in power to make those changes. And it's essential, it's imperative, and I hope you all will join me in doing that. Thank you.
Thanks, Char. Let's see if I can open this. So I wanted to thank everybody who has been part of the conversation today, you for joining us, and the speakers and the panelists. Joe, on the screen you'll find the new website where you can reach our collaborative. In the event you want more information, if you'd like us to come and present, or if you'd like to join, pretty please, you can go online and find that. You also can connect to any of us here that's on the collaborative. There's folks sitting over at this table. Some of us in the front are part of the collaborative, so let us know. For those of you who use Twitter, we've created a hashtag. I don't really know much about it. I just have my own Twitter account that I opened like a week ago for this event, but I've been told it's not the best hashtag to have, so, because it doesn't, I don't know. But anyway, you can join the conversation if you want to hash away or tag away or whatever. We will be sending out a very short web survey, and as someone that does research and evaluation, I promise it's very short, but we'd really appreciate it if you'd fill it out, because it's going to help us plan our next forum. Actually, this is just the first of 3, and we plan on in 2015, we're going to be hosting forums that focus on student outcomes and chemical health and mental health. So we'll be wanting to hear how we've done, how it worked. Hopefully have some of you back if you're interested, but the survey will help us. I'd also like to thank the Collaborative Planning Committee, so thank you very much. And a special thanks to the Department of Corrections for their financial support towards this event. And some of you may have seen that there are some books on your table, and I'd like to thank the Darby Creek for advanced reading for the copies of the Spring 2016 Unlocked series. That's about teens with an incarcerated parent. And the author, Patrick Jones, if you would wave or stand up, he is the one who has brought some for you to bring back and there for you to have, so please take one. This is the end of our event, so you're welcome to eat, stay around and network, talk to the panel, whatever, but if you're gonna leave, drive home safely and stay warm. And thank you so much for coming.